So hi guys, so we are back with yet another beautiful session of what? Your cell adaptation, cell death, cell injury chapter of pathology. So here today I am going to discuss about one important topic which is very important for your second professional university examination and also for your competitive examinations like Neet, PG and Inicet. So it's a very important topic for you guys from the examination point of view and also as a clinician. So that topic which we are going to discuss today is necrosis. So if you are new to this channel, please do please do subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video to your family, friends and everyone, and also please do watch our previous session for a better understanding of this concept of necrosis. And I always say that through my channel, I will be discussing in detail each and every line of Robbins, your standard textbook of pathology, which is regarded as the Bible or Gita of pathology. And also, I have to say here that if you watch my lectures, then it is very enough, and you can solely rely only on this lecture and the notes from this lecture for your preparation for second prof and also for your entrance preparations. So I bet you guys you don't have to refer to any other video or any other single textbook after watching this video, or if you are referring to some textbook, it will be a cakewalk for you if you are going back and reading your Robbins or any textbook of pathology. So for any topic I will be discussing from the basic to the advanced level, which is very much required for your UG level preparation. So that is our key concept or key idea of what this channel is all about. So next we are going to study about the very important topic of necrosis. So necrosis. So basically I understand this topic as what? As a murder. It is also called cell murder. It is also called cell murder. So if I am asking you about this topic, you understand this as a murder. It is we are going to murder a cell. I am going to murder a cell. I am going to murder a cell. I am going to murder a cell. So I am here. I am going to what I am going to do here, children. I am going. This is a beautiful person. This is a cruel person. This is a beautiful cell is here. A beautiful happy cell is here. A beautiful happy cell which is smiling throughout the day is here. And our what? Angry person is coming with a sword in his hand. With a sword in his hand. And with that sword he is coming and he is what? He is going to cut the cell. He is going to murder the cell. The happy cell. The cell which was happy first, initially, now changed into a murdered cell. Killed the cell. This bad person, this devil person killed the cell. This devil killed the cell. Clear? This is what is the idea of cell murder. What was necrosis? What is necrosis? Which we will see. So, necrosis is what? Necrosis is what? It is cell murder. Basically, it is cell murder. So, what is the definition of that? Why this necrosis takes place? This takes place due to. This takes place due to. What? What order? Concept. This takes place due to irreversible cell injury. This takes place due to irreversible cell injury. This takes place due to accidental cell injury. This takes place due to accidental cell injury. This takes place due to unwanted cell injury. Unwanted cell injury. This takes place due to lethal cell injury. Lethal cell injury. So, Necrosis takes place due to what? Accidental cell injury, or lethal cell injury, or unwanted cell injury, or irreversible cell injury. That is the idea of necrosis. What is this? We will see again. So I have to take you all back to our concept of first chapter, your first class. There is a beautiful cell. It's a happy, beautiful cell living there. Now suddenly, some kind of stress comes. The stress can be of a physiological or a pathological variety. Physiological variety, for example, it is menstruation. Or it can be of pathological, here pregnancy also. Many other factors. Left ventricular hypertrophy, stroke, myocardial infarction, many other cause pathology. Due to the stress, the happy living cell now has to survive. For survival, it undergoes some changes. And that changes is called cell adaptation. That is called cell adaptation. Now, this again the stress continues, and the cell undergoes a property of reversible cell injury. Now again, the stress continues, whether it is physiological or pathological stress continues. Now the cell undergo reversible cell injury, stress continue. One point it takes place where the reversible cell injury stop, and suddenly irreversible cell injury start, and that point is called point of no return. So at point of no return, reversible cell injury stop, irreversible cell injury start, and we are going to get irreversible cell injury. Now irreversible cell injury progresses to cell death. And cell death is of two types, apoptosis and necrosis. The necrosis which we are going to discuss in our lecture. Why necrosis takes place? It is due to an accidental, lethal, unwanted or irreversible cell injury. Take down this much. This is your concept number 1. So concept number 1 of necrosis. Now I am going to share with you guys the concept number 2. Concept number 2. What is the concept number 2? Concept. Necrosis is a passive process. There is no need of ATP. Energy currency of cell is not required. Energy in the form of ATP is not required. It is a passive process. So necrosis is a passive process. I told you that cell should not possess ATP. Cell do not want ATP. Why? Because another person is coming and killing. Like this, right? Sword is there and it is going to come and murder this happy cell, right? So another person is coming and killing. So cell itself do not want to what? Spend energy. Cell does not have to spend energy on its own. Another one cell is coming and killing. It is what? It is extrinsic to the cell. It is not intrinsic to the cell. It is extrinsic to the cell. It is due to some unwanted cell injury or lethal cell injury, or due to accidental cell injury or irreversible cell injury. Some other extrinsic source are coming. It's going to kill the cell. That is going to murder the cell. That is what is necrosis. It's a passive process. There is no need of ATP. It's a very important question asked in a multiple number of times for your entrance examination and also for your professional examination. Take down this concept. Now your third important concept. 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 Right now. Third. Necrosis. Necrosis. Necrosis can only be pathological. It can only be pathological. Necrosis won't be physiological. It won't be physiological. Necrosis is only pathological. It can never be physiological. But apoptosis type of cell death is both physiological. It can both be physiological and it can be pathological in variety. This is a very important question asked in a number of times in your previous year entrance examination and also for your professional examination. Write down this concept. It's a very important concept. Next concept. Fourth concept. When a cell is undergoing necrosis, what happens, guys? This beautiful happy cell is undergoing necrosis. It undergoes a series of what? This happy cell undergoes a series of morphological changes. It undergoes a series of morphological changes. The series of morphological changes it undergoes. Why this morphological changes it takes place? Due to denaturation of proteins. Which are proteins? Structural protein and functional protein, like hormones, enzymes, etc. Structural proteins and functional protein, which causes morphological changes. Happy cell. Murder takes place. Now what? It is weeping. It is sad. It was unhappy, sad, weeping. Right? Morphological changes it takes place. This morphological changes is due to denaturation of protein, that is structural and functional protein. And it can also be due to what? Inside the cell, what are they? What are the organelles present? Inside the cell, there is a beautiful organelle called lysosome. This is our lysosome. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are called suicidal bags of cells. What are these suicidal bags? They contain lytic enzymes of high pH, of low pH. Low pH, acidic. Now, these lysosomes will release its lytic enzymes, which will destroy its own cell organelles. So, lysosomes releases chemicals or lytic enzyme which dissolve its own. This is the necrotic cell. This is the necrotic cell. This necrotic cell is having lysosomes. The necrotic cell, its own lysosome, releases what? Chemicals or lytic enzymes, to be more clear. And this lytic enzymes will what? Dissolve or lyses this its own cell, and that is called autolysis. 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 So what is autolysis, children? What is autolysis? What is autolysis? Autolysis. What is autolysis? Autolysis is the lysosome of the necrotic cell itself releases lytic enzymes which dissolves or which lyse the necrotic cell or eats up the necrotic cell. Necrotic cell, it eats the lytic enzymes of lysosomes of the necrotic cell. That is called autolysis. There is now when lytic enzymes are released, there is another process of heterolysis also. What is heterolysis? What is heterolysis? We will discuss it now. We will discuss it. So here, what is the mechanism of necrosis? So I told you guys. So here the cell. Always I have to say, necrosis is actually taking place in a group of cells, not only in an individual cell. Apoptosis can take place in the individual cell, but necrosis always takes place in a group of cells. It can take place in a single cell, but more in a group of cells it takes place. Necrosis in a group of cells. Now, this is a necrotic cell. This is also a necrotic cell. This is also a necrotic cell. This is a necrotic cell. This is a necrotic cell. This is a necrotic cell. Now, this is a normal cell. 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 Normal cell. Normal cell. Normal cell. So, this is a necrotic cell. This is a necrotic cell. This is a normal cell. This is a normal cell. Now, what happens, guys? This necrotic cell has what? Lysosomes. These necrotic cells have lysosomes. This lysosomes will release its lytic enzymes. It releases its lytic enzymes. Lytic enzymes. Why irreversible cell injury occurs? Due to severe membrane damage. That is why lysosomes will open up. Lysosomal membrane dysfunction occurs or damage or defect occurs. Therefore, lytic enzyme leaks out. Then, what is the main cause of irreversible cell injury? Take from the previous class. What is the main cause? That is the severe membrane damage. Reversible cell injury, main cause. Ischemia, which causes hypoxia, which causes mitochondrial dysfunction, right? Which causes decreased phosphorylation, which causes decreased ATP production. That as a result, 3-process hydropic change and the 3-process occurs. Protein synthesis decrease, all these processes take place. Here, irreversible cell injury. What happens? Membrane defect, severe membrane defect occurs. Severe membrane defect occurs. Severe membrane defect occurs. Through here, the lytic enzymes, it oozes out. It oozes out to the surrounding cells. It oozes out to the surrounding cells. Oozes out to the surrounding cells. This lytic enzyme oozes out. So, the necrotic cell lysosomes will, as a result of what? Lytic effort. This reversible cell injury occurs due to what? Severe membrane damage, which causes what? Calcium influx. Calcium influx activates phospholipases, which will damage the lysosomal membrane. Lysosomal membrane damage occurs. That is why the lytic enzyme stored in the suicidal bags oozes out. Now this oozes out. This lytic enzymes will ooze out of through these defects of the cell membrane of the cell to the surrounding, to the normal cell, which will cause which will activate the inflammatory reactions. Which will activate the inflammatory reactions. Now the inflammatory reactions activate. What happens, guys? What happens, guys? What happens? This is not working. This is also not working. Good. So here we have what? Here we have what? The blood vessels supplying this area, right? Blood vessels supplying this area. The blood vessels supplying this area. Write down, write down, write down, write down. All of you wrote this much. Now here you have the blood vessels surrounding this. Now what happens to this blood vessel? These blood vessels undergo vasodilation. As a result of inflammatory reaction, the blood vessels supplying that particular tissue undergo vasodilation. Vasodilation. Now you know this blood vessel is forms the microcirculation. Forms microcirculation, that is capillaries, right? Microcirculation. Inflammatory reaction causes the vasodilation of the just same blood vessel, which causes the microcirculation to increase its permeability. Increase its permeability. Now microcirculation permeability decreases. That is, inflammatory reaction causes vasodilation. Vasodilation causes the microcirculation to increase its what? Increase its permeability. When the permeability increases, what happens, guys? Yes. The WBCs, neutrophils, antibodies, they oozes out of this microcirculation into this area. And this WBCs will finally eat up, release chemicals that will eat up this necrotic area. And that is called what? That is called heterolysis. So what is autolysis? Actually, autolysis means the necrotic cell lysosome releases lytic enzyme which lyses the necrotic cell. What is heterolysis? The heterolysis is actually the RBCs and the WBCs and the antibodies neutrophil which oozes out of the microcirculation as a result of increased permeability start releasing lytic enzymes which will dissolve or eats up the necrotic cell, and that is called heterolysis. So autolysis takes place first and then heterolysis takes place. Autolysis will actually helps in what? Initiation of inflammatory reactions. Then the heterolysis takes place. Write down, guys. So it was asked once in the previous year entrance examination. One question was asked in the previous entrance examination. The classical feature of necrosis is dash. What is the classical feature of necrosis? It is inflammatory reactions. What is the classical feature of necrosis? Inflammatory reaction. What is the classical feature of necrosis? Inflammatory reaction. Such inflammatory reactions won't take place in apoptosis. Won't take place in apoptosis. Apoptosis or apoptosis. P is silent. Can be apoptosis or apoptosis. So, necrosis, classical feature, inflammatory reaction. Apoptosis, no such inflammatory reaction occurs. Why? Because it is programmed cell death. Necrosis is a passive process. It is not using ATP of the cell. Write down this. So that is about what? Necrosis part 1. So here you have 2 parts. I am going to take necrosis into 2 parts. First is your necrosis part 1. Here I give an introduction of this topic, that is a mechanism and all. The second part I am going to take just what the types of necrosis, what are different types of necrosis and how you will identify different types. And it is very important topic, guys, because it is a repeated question of your second prof and also for your entrance examinations. So guys, I request you all to watch this video, take down the notes and also see the previous classes so that you will get a good idea, understanding about this chapter. It is a very important and very easy chapter of general pathology. The concepts are very important once you start learning your systemic pathology and also your medicine, general medicine of your 4th year. So it's very important. I have discussed about every concept of your necrosis, and in the part 2 I will be starting with the types of necrosis, which is a very important topic, guys. So thank you so much for again coming to my channel and listening, giving your patient your precious time being with us and also listening to this lecture. So I hope you all guys understood what I taught in this lecture. If you have any sort of doubt, please comment in the comment section and please give your feedback. Whether it is good or bad, it is acceptable. Please feel free to use the comment section below and start commenting your suggestion, how you felt about my class, what are the mistakes I used to make in my class, or if any suggestion on any term, please you can comment, and if you have any doubts also please comment. And if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe and also share to your friends, family, everyone, and also please like this video. It is of a huge motivation for me to give you more and more concepts like this and also come back with a beautiful, amazing, rocking videos to you all guys. So it is your responsibility when I am taking class, it is your responsibility as viewers to like this video, share this video and subscribe to my channel, and also give your honest feedback whether it is good, bad in the comment section below. So thank you so much guys again. So we will see you in the part 2 of necrosis. Till then, it is me Pranav signing off.